It's always hard because my relationship with my father has flourished so much since we were forced to address some things. I didn't really understand how that could even happen, you know? But I still love my father. My father has sacrificed a lot for me to be in this position that I am today. And without his tutelage, without his leadership, I'm nowhere close to the husband or father that I am today. And I still have a lot to learn. But we learn a lot from people. We learn a lot about what we want to be. We learn a lot about what we don't want to be. And I don't look at any human being as perfect. Now, that's not acceptable. Domestic violence is not acceptable. But it's still my family. And my mother and my father are still together. And that is something that will always linger in their relationship. And I think for my wife and I, having active conversations and actually allocating time for where we both came from and what we learned from it is so important to where we want to go. You can even hear my voice, like it's hard for me even to address because words have repercussions. And my kids will read about that in my book. My kids will see this interview. And what I would tell my kids is that life isn't this or that. Life is very complicated. And that wasn't right. That was very wrong. And it changed me as a young kid, seeing my mom pick me up at my school with her face beat in and her eyes black and her lips swollen. Changed me as a young man. It made me want to protect my mother at all costs. Almost stayed in Jersey to go to school and turned down an opportunity to go to Duke just because I wanted to be there in case something happens, and couldn't even articulate that at that time. So that's still something that I live with. It's still something that when tensions get high between my parents, I feel like I need to diffuse. But at the end of the day, I have to respect their relationship and that they choose to still be together. And I love them individually. And I want them to make the best decisions for them. I think there's also a part of me that I've learned as being the only child is that I was brought here to create my own. And I lived with a lot of that pain for a very long time. And now what I do is when I feel that and I sense it, I redirect all my energy towards what's right in front of me, and that is my opportunity to create what that experience is going to be like for my children and how they're going to see me interact with their mother and how they're going to see us handle confrontation and feel us talk through that and set an example for them on how it should be done. I think that's the only thing I can say about Janet. Like it still hurts me to think about that because my mother's still in pain from it. And she will never be released from that. Nor will my father in his own way.